Hi, my name is Luis Isidoro, and I'm a principal consultant at the THC Group in Aspire Technology. So today I'm going to talk about Open RAN and Open RAN operationalization. I'm going to speak about what's the potential and the efficiency expected from RAN operationalization in Open RAN, and some of the first steps that every telco going into Open RAN should be looking at before going into a commercial deployment. And then just a brief of how Aspire can help in these steps. So with the RAN disaggregation, network slicing, and service-based architecture, there's a high potential for the digitalization of network operations, which will, using automation, AI/ML, virtual NOC, and self-healing, will allow higher network operations efficiency, consistency, and therefore bigger customer satisfaction, as well as OPEX reduction as a result. So it's not that these capabilities are not being looked for by the typical RAN vendors. However, the lock-ins that are inherent to that don't allow for the same innovation compared to vendor-neutral, software, hardware-defined open solution. For operators that are now going into Open RAN, it's not uncommon to see them looking for ways to build their own management and orchestration systems, being that ONAP is the most preferred platform and the one that has gathered most consensus. With a single SMO being the preferred approach, the target is to have a solution or a system that can orchestrate not only the network infrastructure, but also the cloud infrastructure. And for the whole life cycle from the provisioning stage to the day-to-day operational stage. However, while Open RAN is getting fast traction, the biggest focus at the moment is on the network performance and on TCO, especially compared to the legacy networks. However, we don't see a lot of focus at the moment in alarm handling, first-level support, field support, second-level support, and KPI gathering visualization, as well as vendor support and spare management. This is the natural behavior in an environment where, at the moment, Open RAN is being really tested in terms of performance and how it will look like in terms of cost, so that it can be compared to the the typical and legacy RAN solutions. However, we think that there's a few light touch steps that you can take now, especially if you're getting into Open RAN and you're already thinking about commercial deployments. So your first step would be to have your NOC first level familiarized with Open RAN, not the entire NOC, because you still have a network to operate, but the selected champions that can then pass on the knowledge. And in order to do that, you probably need to have an alarm integration of your Open RAN into your currently manager of managers. So basically having your current SMO, if you develop one, or directly into through an outbound interface into your existing platforms. As a second step, we believe that engineering and NPQ should really be involved in the testing that is being done as performance of the network and user performance testing. And this is important also to get and to understand the KPI integration into the current analytics platforms, so that they can start to understand what those KPIs mean, understand the counters, and how to gather the information. On the other side, and moving more closer to the actual solution, is to, as a third step, to get your field engineers, and again, not all of them, but a few selected champions that will be in touch and be able to see and touch the hardware, the new hardware, understand how it works, be part of the testing of the different vendors, and have that experience. And finally, as a fourth step, to bring your IT engineers together with your field and telco engineers to be able to understand how the new platform works and how the new solutions work. And so we think that these four steps are really important to get your organization level for to operationalize your Open Run, especially as you move into commercial deployments and you get out of the lab and the field trials, to get people already onboarded and understanding and accelerated knowledge on Open Run is really key and important. And at the same time, you'll have this knowledge being translated into actual actions and integrations and making your systems and knowledge adapted maybe to things that you're not yet thinking about. And I believe that the second part of this that is really important is about the motivation and the acceptance of a new technology. And you're not able to do that if you don't bring people on board with you from the very, very beginning. So how can Aspire help in this process? One of the things is to bridge these operational gaps, because it's always difficult when people are already working in a complex environment to accept and to understand the new technology, and there's usually some resistance. So strategy in terms of bringing your SMO up to speed, not only in terms of integrations, but also in the automation, and also your strategy in terms of handling these multiple vendors in a disaggregated environment. Knowledge transfer obviously being a key factor, because not only your staff needs to be able to understand the new technologies, but also get to a point where they can actually be able to troubleshoot and to diagnose issues, as well as designing and planning your new networks. As I mentioned before, vendor support in a disaggregated environment is going to be a really critical aspect of Open Run, because now not only you're disaggregating the RAN in different horizontal components, but also on the vertical side in terms of who owns the baseband software and who owns the cloud environment, and obviously that strategy and that vendor support is really important to get an end-to-end and that can really in terms of service serve your strategy. In terms of immediate needs, we believe that what is important now is to get those first step, let's say, minimum needed integrations from your Open Run environment in terms of alarms, KPIs, counters, use case orchestration for provisioning and automation as a minimum viable product to be able to operate your RAN network. So thank you very much, and for any further information on any of these topics, feel free to contact me directly or to contact someone in Aspire. Thank you.